Hey guys, it's Maggie, and this month I'm going to be showing you guys how to clean the hay area. So this is the hay area. We clean this once every single day. For this job, I'm going to be picking up all of the hay that I can and picking up some of these big poops. For this job, I'm going to be starting out with 2 wheelbarrows, as well as a rake, a pitchfork, and the leaf blower. You guys might be using different tools than I do. Some of you guys use brooms, etc. It's whatever you prefer. Using the leaf blower is also totally optional because it does kick up a lot of dust, but I think it's pretty handy. So what I'm gonna do is leaf blow around the edges and get everything into one big pile. I also make sure to get under these little beds. And I like to leaf blow the entrance of the barn. I also stand right outside of this gate and leaf blow anything right here. And you can just directly leaf blow it inside. And lastly, I like to walk into the field a little bit and leaf blow all of this gravel to get all of this hay inside that I can for myself to scoop up. All right, now everything's in this big pile. All of the edges are blown into the pile, including here and out here. Also, I forgot to add this, so I'm adding it in a little later, but probably every other day, you're gonna wanna dump the hay feeders completely. Today was not one of those days because the hay was very clean today and I dumped it out yesterday, but you're definitely gonna dump it out if you see anything that's damp or any poop in there at all. Next, I'm gonna move both of the feeders out of the way so that I can rake everything underneath them. So next, I'm just gonna use my rake and my pitchfork to clean this area. It's really up to you how exactly you do it and what technique you use. When raking, I also work around the animals, so there's no need to have them get up. They can just lay on top of the hay that they're laying on, and we'll get to it tomorrow. Also, when you're cleaning, especially if it's right after we give them fresh hay, if you find fresh hay on the ground, you can just put it back inside of the feeder. Today, most of this has been sitting on the ground for pretty long because it's already 4 p.m. So I'm gonna get all of it, but if it's clean, fresh hay, you can just put it back in. So once your wheelbarrow is full, make sure that all of the hay is tucked inside of the wheelbarrow because it does get really messy when it falls out onto the driveway. You also totally do not need to fill them up this full. This is like maximum capacity. Honestly, it's kind of pushing it. So it's looking better, but we're not quite done yet. So I am going to rake up all of the extra scraps into a pile. You also could use the leaf blower or a broom for this, and I'm just gonna scoop the rest of this up. Now I'm gonna rake a smaller pile, and I'm gonna scoop that up. Before I'm done, I'm gonna walk around and get any big poops. There's not too many today, but I'll scoop stuff like this up. There's also 2 water buckets over by the hay area. I dump and scrub them probably every other day, but when there's dust and stuff from cleaning, you're gonna wanna dump them. If this one isn't too bad, you can just grab some of the big pieces off the top, but obviously there's a lot of little pieces, so I'm also gonna dump it. I keep a sponge right up here. Oh, if that falls off, it's okay. You can just put it back. I'll give this a couple scrubs and a rinse out before I fill it up all the way. In the warmer months, you'll probably see some algae in there, and you'll want to get all of that green stuff out too. We also will occasionally take it out of this area so that we can soak it in a little bit of bleach. If you do that, just make sure you rinse out a bunch before you put it back in. So you can just leave the hose running like this. It does fill up pretty quickly, so if you want to set a timer, I will let you know how long it takes to fill up. Always make sure that this one's all the way full, just because it's the only one that Milton can reach. Now that that's clean, I'm going to move the hay feeders back into the middle. This next part is totally optional, but if you're cleaning the hay area and it's after 5 p.m., you can go and grab a bale of hay and just give them all 1 bale in the summer and 1.5 in the winter. So I'm just gonna grab 1 bale. I'm gonna keep the twine on until I get in there, just because it can create a mess if it's not all together. All right, so I separated 1 bale into the 2 feeders. It's usually a little more chaotic than this, so if you need help, definitely let somebody know. And you're also gonna throw this away. Also, the hay area today filled up 4 full wheelbarrows, but some days it only fills up like 1.5 or 2. It's definitely different every single day. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you next month.